January spiritual bath that breaks poverty, setback, and bad luck all through 2026. 7-day covenant bath activated by the wolf moon and supermoon. Why this January is not ordinary? Why this January 2026 coming is not ordinary? Are you aware January 3rd carries the wolf moon and a supermoon concurrently? A rare alignment when spiritual sensitivity, intention settings, and covenant prayers are unpurified. Biblically, beginnings matters. Bible said in book of in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. What you plant spiritually in January governs the rest of the year. This is why you must not miss the first spiritual gate of the year from January 2nd to January 8th, covering the build-up, peak, and sealing of the full moon window. The Bible said in book of Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. If you only follow me to the end of today's video, I will explain more about what I'm talking about. But before then, please give this video a like so that YouTube algorithm will also shift it to other people that need it as to do so. May God bless you. Welcome back to this beautiful family. If this is the very first time you're finding yourself in this family, you're highly welcome. Please kindly hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for always stopping by. So without wasting time, let's dive in. Give me like I emphasize that this January 2026 coming, the bath I'm going to be sharing with us ends poverty and bad luck for the whole of 2026. Because wolf moon is coming on January, and believe me, it is not ordinary because that particular moon helps to break financial chains. Let's talk about the spiritual direction of what we are going to do daily from 2nd of January till 8th, which is 7 days, number of completion. So apparently our beginning of the year's spiritual bath is merged with this full moon, a kind of ritual. And you know that already in this channel we normally incorporate 3 days. That's as the full moon is 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And already if you check, many of the spiritual directions I've given you before now has covered spiritual work of January. That is why our official spiritual bath is actually starting 2nd. And believe me, how are you going to do this? I'm going to be sharing in 2 ways how you prepare your night session and then your morning session. Your night session is more of releasing negative energies, those forces that will stop you from possessing your possession, while your morning session is more like attraction of all those things you want. What are the ingredients you need to do this particular spiritual work? Because believe me, I pity those who are despising the nation. If God want to bring me and you into this world and say, let us create man in our own image, he used word of the mouth to create every other thing, but come to man, he packed sand, he packed nation. Who are you not to use nation? If my God use it, we will use it effortlessly. So the first item you need is, of course, you need oranges. Hey, oranges attract favor like no man business. You need 7 sweet and the greenish orange like this, because believe me, everything is energy, everything is vibration. Greenish means productivity. And what is its spiritual power? Orange spiritually attracts joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Bible said in book of Isaiah chapter 12, with joy shall we draw water out of the wells of salvation. None of us want to have any issue of sorrow in 2026 because his blessings makes rich and add no sorrow to it. Orange brings attraction. It brings prosperity. It brings divine sweetness. I will not forget the first time I made orange recipe 3 years ago in this channel. Somebody testified that after doing it, she started getting contracts. And believe me, biblical symbolism of orange is about fruitfulness and gladness. And how are you going to do it? You will just divide it into 4. You don't need to peel it. And then at the night, when you want to bath, you squeeze each of it. So it's in the night you cut it. This one is not the one you are going to lick. We want to get our blessings inside out. And of course, during January like this, most of us are into fasting and prayer, so there's no time to start leaking. Though most of us, if you are doing 6 to 6, by that night you want to bed, you would have been having an empty stomach. But this one, my dear, you cut it into 4, squeeze the juice inside your bath water, use it to bathe in the night, then soak the pills, that's the pills and inside that remain inside the water you are going to use in the morning. Hey, Marika Zunda Rabra Sakata. If you know the spiritual significance of what you're about to do, you know that if you do this bath very well, poverty, lack, disappointment, failure at the age of breakthrough, all those things that makes you unhappy is disappearing permanently. The next thing you are going to be needing is, of course, saint leaf, whether dried or fresh. You know, now that we are in dry season, during a kind of rainy season, I get plenty and dry, because I know that during dry season it will be costly, because sometimes I may not have enough in my farm to do all the spiritual work I need. Where you can't find saint leaf, my dear, you need miracle leaf. At least 14 pieces of miracle leaf is enough for you. Because its spiritual symbolism is this: they are good for spiritual cleansing, clarity, and favor, so that all blockages to your blessing will be removed and you attract miracle. And believe me, it drives away negative spiritual residue. So peradventure you mistakenly bring in some negative vibes into the new year, it will still be flushed away. The next thing you need is either bitter leaf or dandelion leaves. Where you cannot find it, neem leaves we do, because it helps to break poverty cycles, detoxify hardship, and what is bitter spiritually ends bitter seasons. We must end those bitter experience of 2025. It must not be part and parcel of us in 2026. The next thing you need is both cinnamon powder and cinnamon stick. 2 of them is going to feature concurrently in this particular spiritual work, because this cinnamon its spiritual power is a kind of, it helps in divine speed to manifest money very fast. We don't want to waste time, because at the time Abraham says, satisfy me early in life, not when you are old and gray-headed you start getting money. It's now that you are young that you can enjoy money, that you are attractive, that you will enjoy your peace, so that you not a kind of die of heartbreak before even the old age. And it attracts favor as well as financial opportunities. In fact, no wonder the Bible talk about it in Exodus, that is holy anointing spice. The next thing you need, of course, original farm-made honey. How can we talk about New Year without talking about sweetness? Because honey helps to sweeten your destiny, restoring rejected blessings. All those blessings that was denied of you in 2025, you must get it back. No wonder the Bible said, my words are sweeter than honey. The next thing you need is, of course, sugar. Do you know why I didn't call salt here? I don't want to hear I'm flowing. That's why I couldn't do it. This one, whether you are flowing or not, you will use it all this. The only thing I would advise is, if you have to pluck the leaf, maybe you have the fresh ones in your farm, let somebody help you to pluck it. Even if you are met a man carnally, you can still do them, but it will be best, because that one is controlled. But when it comes to your period, you may not control it. Why not allow these 7 days to use it to reset your year, instead of having fun anyhow? After that, you can go back to your fun. Nobody is dragging it with you. So the next thing you need is, of course, sugar. Hey, Maraka Sandarabra. Told you that when it comes to spiritual work, sugar brings attraction. It brings open door and kindness from men. It sacks all those things that will make you not to feel sweet and feel sugar. The next thing you need is, of course, rosemary spice, because enhances memory. You will not today discuss a kind of contract with somebody, tomorrow you forgot it, and at the end of the day you miss out, you have appointment for job, you know, no, we don't want such. Helps in covenant remembrance to help you to remember strategic things you must do to actualize destiny, and it helps in destiny recall. And if you are such that a woman, you are passing through hell in the hand of your husband, with rosemary spice, because there is this idea that say wherever rosemary is found, women ruse. To an extent, is going to introduce love and fight those negative energies that is fighting your marriage, and you will enjoy your marriage. The last but not the least is of course white candle, because it represents purity. We don't want any corruption in our 2026. It represents divine light, light that comes from above, because light shineth in darkness and darkness cannot comprehend it. And above all, it represents angelic alignment. Hey, Marizeke Rimazundara Karima Zandara Baba. I am already feeling the vibes. I'm feeling the vibration of this particular spiritual work. I'm telling you the honest truth. So how good are you going to do it from January 2nd to 7th? All you need to do every night, squeeze 7 oranges into a bowl of water. That is 1 per day, meaning that you need 7 in total. So when you squeeze it into that bucket of water that you are going to use to bet, but before you squeeze it, my dear, you would have a kind of prepared that water, and then you don't need to even take it under the moon. If you have a stored rainwater, it's okay. But if you don't have, around 3 to 5 a.m. when the early morning dew is falling, you can take the water out. Now, what do? You get your pot that you are going to use to bet first. Get your scent leaf, get your neem leaf, a handful of rosemary spice, and then burn all of them very well, and then sieve it inside the bucket you use to bet. While it is still hot, get a spoon of sugar and add a spoon of honey and add a spoon of cinnamon powder, though not necessarily the big spoon when it comes to cinnamon powder. This ice cream spoon is enough, like this. You add, and then you now use your sieve and then squeeze the orange inside it so that the seeds of the orange will come out, and you throw it away so that it will not cause problem in your bathroom. Depending on the type of bathroom you have, it will not go and stuck there. So you now squeeze that particular orange juice. Hey, rikasundere. When you finish squeezing the inside of the orange, you just cut into 4. Then keep this back. After you done bathing, put the water you are going to use to bath for the next day. You are going to pour into that leaves in the pot, and carry this 4 quarters of this orange and put it inside water. Keep it outside 3 to 5. First thing in the morning, before you talk to anyone, after you have done your personal morning devotion per se, you bring in that particular water and then put all the putables again. Like you put your cinnamon powder, your sugar, your kind of original farm-made honey, and then put your right middle finger and pray your intention of cleansing, purging, and sanctification, and then open door, breakthrough, success, everything you needed. You now a kind of pray in and use it to bath. Allow the water to dry in your body without towering your body, without a kind of rubbing cream. And then without using soap. If your body is dirty, you can bath your normal bath first before this special spiritual bath. The great question is, what are you going to be using the candle and cinnamon stick to do? My dear, you know that it is very, very necessary, optionally compulsory, that you will have to write your intention for the 2026, because there is a mathematical, scientific, spiritual, all-round proof. Whatever that is written down comes to pass. So you write in 2 different papers like this. So you write 7 things you expected from God this 2026. You write again on the other side and then divide it into 2 each day. That is why it's called spiritual work. Prepare to work. That's why I have to go and be buying this type of booklet, because maybe too a kind of demanding for me to be using A4 paper, but this one is easier. Now, when you have written it, In the morning, while you are taking that bath, you light your candle. In the night, the same thing. The only thing, when you finish, you can just quench it like this. You now carry your cinnamon stick, because cinnamon stick have this vibration of do as I say. Whatever you say comes to pass. And begin to light it, and begin to a kind of, and put it in the fire as it is burning and the smell is circulating, especially where you are doing your prayer is outside. It works wonders, because it's going to bring you money from expected and unexpected sources. The smell alone attracts money. Let me tell you what you don't know. The same way, if you are hungry now, you go and put food and eat, and then you didn't ask whether that food is written in the Bible or not. Likewise, when you need money, burn cinnamon, burn certain spices, money will just come. The same thing is not about money. Anything you need, you do anything you want. Begin to read that those seven a kind of spiritual things. That's those seven intentions that you are reading, and begin to thank God that you are manifesting this, manifesting that. While you read Psalm 23, that the Lord is your shepherd, He will not want you to lack any good thing this year. Then, no matter when you are done and you are satisfied that you have open heaven, remember to keep your window open for negative energy to depart and positive energy to come in. Then you now try to put it in water, so that you don't burn down your house, and let it quench and keep it somewhere. Then use your hand to quench the candle small. Don't blow it, so that you don't blow away the blessing. Then in the night, the other piece of paper you use to write your intention, you pour some of the rosemary spice inside it, and fold it like this, like this, like this, and like this, like you are folding it from east to west, north and south, that you are attracting this. Let me show it very well. If you have written your intention and pour some rosemary spice, like a full spoon of rosemary, you fold towards you, that you are attracting all this. You fold it back west, fold right and left. You now get your scissors and hold it like this, burning it gradually in that candle. You can stand the candle inside the kind of stainless place, so that it will not litter the place. And then let the smell be circulating in your house. If possible, you are doing this spiritual work in your living room. We are facing the direction of the east, where the kind of moon is coming from, and then be affirming all those things you want God to do for you. And after that, carry the chaff and blow it into the atmosphere. My dear, relax. Hey, relax this year. This year is your year. It's your year. Bible say that God performed the counsel of His messenger. If I be His messenger, I make this decree that this year is your year. Write it in the comment section, because there is mathematical, spiritual, physical, or proof that whatever that is written that come to pass. This year is my year. After like 4 days, you can actually change the leaves, and then even far away, there is rosemary that you have been boiling there, and again put new leaves, in order for it to remain fresh till the 7th day. Remember that by writing your intentions of January on a paper, your poverty is broken, favor is open, and luck is restored. And then remember to say this affirmation 7 times, because there is power in the spoken word. It's only word that God used to create the entire universe, and they breathe that same energy in man, that make man a mortal God, that have the capacity to behave like God. That is why God used to say, let's create man in our own image. That's why we are using orange, we are using cinnamon, we are using candle, we are using rosemary spice, and we are using honey, sugar, to say let's create wealth, let's create our joy, let's create our peace, our visa, our contract, our protection. So that is exactly we are behaving like our Almighty God. So you now say, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Poverty leaves my path, favor locates me in this 2026. You say it 7 good times, because 7 is number of perfection. You can even you can write it and paste it on your wall, or write it and put it inside Psalm 23. Every morning you rehearse it, every night you rehearse it. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Poverty leaves my path, favor locates me in 2026. Remember, why you are burning that cinnamon stick, be using Psalm 23, that the Lord is your shepherd. You will never lack visa again, never lack money, you will never lack divine helpers. You will mention those things that you want, and declare that this month is your month, this year is your year. You get it. Remember to bath from your head to toe and be speaking your intention boldly when you are backing, because all these things work by your faith. Faith without work is dead. So faith is the spiritual currency we use to buy everything from the spiritual to this physical realm. Take note of law of manifestation principle in this. Your thought, what you are thinking, is your intention. Your word is your prayer. Your action is the bat which manifest and bring physical results. Let me say why these natural things are not idolatry, because one way or the other I emphasize talking to Christians, because when God called me, told me Christians are his headache. When he has given them everything they needed to succeed, they will call it diabolical fetish, thereby a kind of degrading God. No spirit is invoked. Did you invoke any spirit on it? That's the difference between you and those that are using it in negative way. They invoke another spirit. The only thing you invoke was God and his guardian angels, and your guardian angels to come and help you. No altar was raised. You didn't raise any negative altar. You are only emphasizing God. Only God's words, creation, that is the herbs, and prayer as well as faith that was used. So what is it? The leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nation, says Revelation 22 verse 2. I'm not the one that said it. So both physical, spiritual, and healing, leaves does it for you. And that is part of the things we have in this particular mixture that we are using to bet. You must know this fact. Have it at the back of your mind. January says financial frequency for the rest of the year. It's not a year you will be joking, doing whatever. That's why people that caught the fire always fast throughout January. Full moons heighten emotional and spiritual release. And that full moon is coming by third. You can't afford to be sleeping. Why devil his cohorts, then occultic people, even a kind of witches, harness the full moon to send projections against people. You have to project your own future, project your own breakthrough, project your own financial explosion, project your wealth, your joy, everything you deserve. 2026. So, repetition for 7 days creates covenant authority. God, believe me, 7 is a number of perfection. And sweet elements like honey, sugar, orange shift rejection to attraction. That if you are looking for a man to marry you, it is time for you to be attracted to that man. It attracts money. Money will stop running from you. You begin to attract. We are meant to attract, not pursue it. All right? So, my dear, let me make this declaration over you, because believe me, God performed the counsel of his messenger. I'm boldly saying this because I know when God called me, how he called me, I know that I'm his messenger. I has no choice than perform my counsel, because heaven and earth might pass away, but his word will not pass. So make this decree with me. As I step into 2026, poverty will not recognize me. Setback will not locate me, and bad luck will lose my address. In Jesus' name. Type amen in the comment section and believe it. It is done. It is done. It is done. So, my dear, if you have not subscribed to be part and parcel of this family, what are you waiting for? Kindly subscribe, hit the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. Comment on this video, share it widely to everyone. My share be helping lots and lots of people as you do so. May God bless you. So with this I say enjoy your day. Bye bye.